Hello, hello, magical souls, and welcome to another very magical podcast. Today, I'm talking about your free will, and I would call this the golden path to the golden key to your soul's path. Let me get that straight. So, welcome back to another episode. I'm Katherine Tack, and today we're diving into a topic that touches every single one of us. Whether we're aware of it or not, free will is the golden key to your soul's path. So, the subjects that we're going to talk about today are: do we really have free will? Or is everything predestined? And in this episode, I'm going to be exploring what free will means on a spiritual level, how it dances with destiny and divine guidance, and the role of soul contracts and conscious choice. Plus, I'm going to bring you a guided meditation to help you reclaim your free will. So, the last thing that we're going to talk about is how free will shows up in daily life and as part of the collective awakening. So, this is going to be about remembering your power, your choices, your ability to create the path for your life. Okay. So, let's start with what is free will. And when I hear the words free will, I see it as the steering wheel of our human experience. So we're given a map by our soul. Our soul gives us this, it's our divine blueprint. But then how we drive, where we pause, what detours we take, that is called free will. So we do have a little path to follow, but we can stop whenever we want, we can get off track, we can do whatever we want to do. But I believe that free will and destiny do a very beautiful dance together. So some events are destined, but the quality of our experience is curated by our free will. Okay, so what does that look like? I'm going to take you into a little bit more information, and please do leave questions and comments at the end so that I can respond. But let me talk about it from this point of view: free will and soul contracts. So many people wonder, if I have already a soul contract, then where's my free will? So from what I've worked out with the Akashic Record readers and guides, um, they show me the understanding that contracts give us a little bit of a framework. Free will, however, chooses how we actually grow, heal, or repeat patterns. So the Akashic Record Keepers and Guides remind us often of this. So for example, let me give an example to make it a little bit easier to understand. So I had a client recently who asked about her destiny and divine blueprint. The guides revealed that because she had worked so much on herself, changing her patterns, healing her wounds, she had actually shifted her future. She had rewritten aspects of her blueprint through her free will. And in many cases, reclaiming free will requires healing, awareness, and sometimes rewriting old vows, ancestral agreements, or karmic loops that unconsciously keep us bound. And when we bring awareness to them, we free ourselves to make new choices. So we can change our blueprint. Um, I think what I will do now is I'm going to give you a guided meditation and help you feel into your free will so that you can understand how it is a living, breathing power within you. And once we've done that, then we'll have a little bit more of a closing conversation. Okay, so let's close our eyes, soften your shoulders, start to feel the earth at your feet and the chair at your back. And as you start to breathe in for 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, feel yourself arriving fully into this moment. And as you breathe out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, imagine that you're stepping outside of the noise of the world and into a place of stillness within your heart. Give yourself this time. It is a gift of time to meditate, So just relax and listen to the sound of my voice. And just take a moment now to bring to mind an area of your life where you felt maybe stuck or as if choices were being made for you. So just gently notice that and take a moment now to allow that information to come to the foreground. Just notice it. It's not a time to be anxious about anything. It's a time for allowing, giving yourself the space to accept what has happened. We can disassociate from it a little bit, step away from the problem. Don't allow your emotions to fully flare up at this time, because that's not what we're doing here. We are gently noticing what happened to us. Okay? And now it's time to notice that a beautiful golden light has come forward for you. And this has been brought forward by some very beautiful ascended masters. So let's notice them now and acknowledge them now. They are Kuan Yin, the goddess of liberty. And we also have all the archangels here, bringing a very high vibrational energy forward for you. And they want you to notice that this golden light that they're bringing forward for you is the essence of your free will. This is your divine gift of choice. So imagine holding this light in your hands. And with every breath, feel that golden light expand. Fill your chest, your heart, your whole being. And allow yourself to feel empowered, knowing that in every moment you can choose peace or love or a new path. So quietly repeat after me. I am free. I choose to create my own path. I choose to be free. I choose to take on difficulties that have appeared before me and heal the wound beneath them so that I can move more freely in my current life. Just feel those angels, archangels, forming a circle around you, bringing their beautiful energy to you, helping you stay in a place where you can feel the energy of the divine source coming through this light into your physical body. And just notice how this light gives you strength, strength of mind, strength of emotion, and strength of action. Just notice how this beautiful light brings to you such beautiful peace and tranquility around the subjects that you need to heal so that you can have even more free will, even more freedom in your life. Well done, well done. And then on the next breath in, we're going to thank the angels, the archangels, the ascended masters for joining us today. And as we start to exhale, start to feel the chair at your back and the earth at your feet. Coming back into the physical with the knowledge that you are the curator of your life and that that golden light is always with you. Whenever you need it, it's with you. It's your divine birthright to have that. And I just want to go through this idea now that how free will shows up in our everyday life, in our thoughts, responses, and perspectives. This is very important as we step into the new earth or the golden age. So the guides often remind me that our thoughts mirror into our physical reality. So whatever you're thinking or feeling, it shows up in the reality. So a lot of people come to me for an Akashic Record reading and they say, this is wrong, and this is wrong, and this is wrong. And what the guides often do is they say, those things that are wrong in the physical reality are little mirrors held up to you to show you what is off balance within you. Okay. So if we're constantly focusing on negativity, we will have more negativity in our lives. And I have a good example. For example, I set the intention that my day will flow with ease, and it usually does. But I've seen a lot of my family members choose the opposite. They complain, focusing always on the negative, and that's what they experience. That's exactly what shows up for them every day. Whatever they're complaining about, they are, that's what we don't realize. Our thoughts and our words shape our realities. And this affects everything. It affects our abundance, our relationships, our health. People often repeat stories of lack, saying, I'm always ill, my hip aches, I've got such a sore back all the time. I'm never going to find love, all the good ones are taken. Have you heard that person talk? There's never enough money. Oh, I can't afford that. I can't afford anything. I can't afford. So these are the types of things that are affecting our free will. So we are reinforcing realities, whether we speak good or bad, that's the reality that we create. We are very powerful creators. So, um, and it's not always easy to guide our thoughts because some thoughts aren't even our own, but they might be whispers from darker energies. And the dark ones, they like to, if we start talking about anxiety, pain, worry, fear, doubt, they, unfortunately, they jump onto that. They can hear your thoughts and they get attracted to you when you are talking about negativity. And what happens is it starts to spiral and you end up spiraling downwards because they exacerbate it. They add their energy to your negative words, and then you start to spiral. Or maybe you would rather look at it as a garden. Imagine that you sow seeds of specific things and certain things grow. Imagine your mind is a garden. What are you sowing? What seeds are you sowing in your beautiful garden mind? Do you want very beautiful flowers and ease and flow and happiness and abundance? Or do you want to focus on pain, illness, sickness, worry, lack? Those are the types of things that we create. Okay. And the other thing that I always like to mention is that by activating your Merkaba energy body, you will be able to do this more easily. So you will wake up in a happier place every day. It's easier to choose happiness. It's easier to have the positive thoughts flowing through you. And you can also program your Merkaba to help you to do that and also show it where perhaps you are off balance so that you can fix or make adjustments so that it's easier for you to keep your mind in the right place. Okay. So the next topic I wanted to talk about today is the illusion of control versus true freedom. So the question is, if free will is so powerful, why do people still feel powerless? What is that about? So let's have a look. Because free will is not about controlling every detail, it's about alignment. Sometimes not getting what we want is actually our higher self protecting us. So I have had moments when my free will opened unexpectedly, divine aligned doors. One of the biggest was when the Akashic Record Keepers and Guides asked me to teach others how to open the records. And at first, this was kind of like a big shock to me. And it was a nice surprise. It was a very nice surprise, but it was a huge surprise. But then when I chose to activate my free will and step through that door, my entire life changed. Okay. And this happened again when my higher self asked me to clear entities rather than sending anybody who came to me who needed entity cleanse. I would send them to somebody else. But my higher self asked me to stop doing that and to learn how to do it for myself and then teach people right there, then and there in the Akashic Records how to clear entities for themselves. And again, this was a huge surprise. Are you sure I'm an entity clearer? I've always felt like I need to stay firmly in the light and just know what was in the darkness, but just never go there. I'm just never going there. And my higher self said, yeah, that's definitely part of my divine blueprint. And it would help myself and many, many others if I would then be able to do that. So I took my free will in my hands and I said, yes, I'm going to do that. And then I've never looked back since. I think that was an amazing experience for me. So the other subject that we wanted to talk today about is expanding collective free will. Okay, so free will isn't just personal, it is collective. So humanity is shaping timelines together through our choices. And the more we choose compassion, the more we shift the collective into higher frequencies. So we do it for ourselves, but we also notice that when we do shift our free will, it ripples out into the world. And I'm reminded of a reading where a young woman kept questioning the guidance she was receiving from the Akashic Record Keepers and Guides. And the guides told her that she was overthinking with her head instead of feeling with her heart. And then when she finally trusted with her heart, the path opened up, even though others resisted this at first. Okay, so this is talking about free will. This is talking about the collective because collective free will is strengthened when each of us makes empowered, heart-centered choices, and that ripple just shifts out into the world. And if anybody was on the fence about something, they feel the energy of your free will coming through, and then they feel empowered to do their own thing as well. So that's how free will works, and that's why each one of us has a duty to live our best life because it flows into the world. But I just wanted to go back to that young woman who kept questioning the guidance that she was receiving. So to fully explain that one, the guides were answering her, but she kept, in her mind, she kept saying, that can't be the answer. So she would ask the question again. And the guides were answering her again the same way. And eventually they stopped and they said to me, let's stop here and actually understand and tell her why she's rejecting their answer. So we did. So we took a moment and I said, look, the guides are coming through and they're saying they're giving you the answer, but there's a part of you that's rejecting it because when they tell you, like you're an entity clearer, for example, that's what they said to me, my higher self and the guides. Yes, you're an entity clearer. I can't now go to my family and friends and say, oh, I clear entities, this is now my new thing, because they would laugh at me. They would think I've gone mad. They would think whatever, because they don't believe in entities. They don't understand my world. So I can't say that. And this is the same type of thing that this young lady was having. She couldn't um, trust that information about herself because she knew that the people around her would reject that information. And that's often what happens in a record reading. The guides show us where the problem is in your mind, what is keeping you stuck, what is the resistance. So now I've learned what I do, which I explained to her, is I just don't tell everybody what I do, but I just go ahead and do it. I just take that on. This is who I am. If my family accidentally found out about it, that's their problem if they can't deal with it. But I'm not going to put it in their faces. I'm not going to say, oh, you must do this and you must do that. I don't do that. In fact, it's much more important that if any of my family members or friends want help from me, they have to ask me twice before I help them, because the record keepers and guides say that this is a very interesting thing. The first time somebody asks you, they're interested, but they're not really passionate yet about making the changes for themselves. So if you did help them, they would be iffy about it. Whereas if they come to you for the second time and say, "Gosh, I just saw that you were doing this, and it would really help me," the second time, that means that they are serious about then taking things to the next level, and they will value your time. So that's one way of doing it. But yeah, I think just to sum up for today, we've explored how free will is not just a concept, it's the golden key we hold in every breath and every choice. And here's my invitation to you. Where in your life are you ready to reclaim your free will, to choose differently, to align with your soul, and to consciously curate your own path? Okay. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the replay. I hope your choices are filled with love, light, and freedom. And until next time, remember, you are the curator of your own existence. Follow your heart and stay magical. And if you liked any of the teachings that I came forward today, then please do consider joining up our monthly spiritual speaking 2 hours on the second Saturday of each month. And I bring up all different topics each time. Very nice. I've actually done entity clearing, so if there's still time to book this year. And when you book, you can actually get all of the past classes that we've already done for the year. Or if you just want to pay month by month, you can do so. You just buy a single month. I think it's £6.99 in 2025. 2026 is going up a little bit, but you can still jump on now and get all the information from those workshops that are really good and juicy and bring you lots of interesting changes, help you grow, insights, and most of them are workshops. So you will be actually experiencing guided meditations, journaling, writing letters. We've even done healing the mother-father wound, that sort of thing. That's been very, very life-changing for so many people. Have given me so much feedback about that one. Entity clearing, I've had guest speakers on there, so it's all good. Okay, have a very magical day, everyone, and I can't wait to see you at the next podcast, so take care.